Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show.
Hey Flash family, welcome back to the Flashpoint podcast, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things the Flash related, specifically the TV show on the CW. I am Lilith, and joining me as always is
Kelly. Hey.
It's nice to be back. I had a great summer of not really thinking about anything Flash or Arrow for the most part, except for like towards about the middle of September.
You had that long of a break, really?
Yeah, I really did. I tried to stay as spoiler free as possible, like just the big stuff, like the costume change and the love interest, and not much else. And of course, the Flash of Two Worlds. I could not escape that damn thing.
Yes, of course not.
So yeah. Other than that, I pretty much really did stay spoiler free, and it's done my mind good.
Yeah, I have tried to stay away from spoilers as well, but of course at cons and stuff you see tons of, so anyway.
So up for discussion today is episode 201, The Man Who Saved Central City. The synopsis is, Ronnie and Professor Stein turn into Firestorm and destroy the Singularity, but at the cost, quote-unquote, of Ronnie's life. 6 months later, Barry is now working on his own to avoid hurting any more of his friends and family. Cisco works in the police department alongside Joe and his metahuman task force. Bonus. Caitlin works at Mercury Labs. Minus. The city holds a ceremony honoring the Flash for his work in saving the city. At the ceremony, Barry is attacked by Al Rothenstein, a.k.a. Atom Smasher. He proves too much for Barry to handle on his own. And the Team Flash gets together and pretty much has an intervention and convinces him that, hey, yeah, we're here for you. We're going to do this. And that's what they did. And, of course, we find out after Atom Smasher walks into the most blatant trap in the history of comics ever that someone named Zoom sent him to kill Barry. Because he just in exchange, he was going to get sent back to his own time or planet or whatever.
Gotta get back in time.
I know, right? So, yeah.
We gotta get back to the future.
Oh, boy. And then, of course, also we learned that Dr. Wells, a.k.a. Thawne, left Star Labs to Barry, as well as a confession to killing Nora that proves his father's innocence.
Woot.
And right when you think all is right in the world, boom!
The other shoe drops.
The Star Labs, somebody bursts in, and it's Jay Garrick, and he's like, your world is in danger. And I'm like, Marty, your kids! Do something about your kids! Anyway, so yeah, this episode was written, the story was by Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kressberg. The teleplay was by Andrew Kressberg and Gabrielle Stanton, who is the story editor overall, in case you didn't know. And it was directed by a man by the name of Ralph Hemecker. Sorry if I slaughtered it. He is most notably known for working on the TV show Witchblade.
Never watched it.
That's all I got for you. So, let's just jump into the stuff that we liked, the stuff that we didn't. I just have to say that it was, there was a new theme in this episode of The Flash as well as Arrow. Very somber, very against type for The Flash, but somehow Blake Neely still managed to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that, the Flash Season 1 soundtrack, even though Arrow's already came out, Season 3 already came out, this one's not coming out to the 16th? Like, after the life of me was looking for it, and I'm like, what do you mean October 16th?
We need our Flash soundtrack now.
I really did, because Arrow Season 3 is really somber. I mean, I found a few pieces that I like, and they all have a really weird theme. We'll talk about that eventually. But, like, the Flash's Season 1 soundtrack is, like, more like Season 2 Arrow, where it's good to work out, I'm assuming. I heard a lot of things that I could work out to, so I was looking forward to mixing up the workouts, and I was just like, ugh! Anyway, we love Blake Neely here. You guys should know that. I'm sorry.
We're the Neelyettes.
We totally are. We're the other cows on the wall.
The cow spots on the wall. No.
So yeah. But yeah, it was really weird, and I got really nervous because I felt like they were trying to do exactly what they did with Season 2 Oliver and Arrow, making him alone and brooding. But they turned it around very quickly. Thank goodness.
Yes. We didn't need Barry going through man pain. No, we did not need that.
Yeah. So yeah. They fooled us. Like, it was all like, wait, what? It was just a dream?
Of course.
I wanted that to be true and Barry sulking alone to be the dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was Barry just does not do sulk very well.
It doesn't. But it was weird that Thawne in Dr. Wells' meat suit said that Barry could never be happy, because that is fundamentally untrue in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a weird take.
I don't know. Maybe not happy, but satisfied. I think that's more what he was trying to say.
Okay.
But he used the word, you know what I'm saying? Happy and satisfied can be synonymous.
Will Barry can also be very different things.
Yeah. But will Barry ever think his job is done?
No, of course not.
Will Barry ever think that he did exactly the right thing? No.
True.
He's going to have that self-doubt because he is young. You know what I mean? Just like we all do.
That's a very good point, Kelly.
Just his stakes are higher. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, what am I going to eat for lunch? If I make a wrong choice, my stomach is going to make terrible noises all day. You know, he's making life and death decisions. So there are more consequences to his decisions.
Yeah, that's very true. But
and Ronnie got temporarily sucked up in one of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Temporarily, maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah. I feel like, and the reason why I don't know, that I pretty much am sure that I think that he's dead, quote unquote. And like, if we do ever see Ronnie again, it's going to be like an Earth 2 counterpart or whatever. Is because only for the fact that Caitlin doesn't seem to have let this set in. Like, she's almost waiting for him to come back because he already did it previously.
Right.
So that's what's working against Earth 1, Earth Prime Ronnie, like, being completely and utterly dead, in my personal opinion. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird for a while.
But they did very much say at the end of last season, in tons of interviews, that they are working towards Caitlin becoming Killer Frost. We're going to see a lot of that towards the end of the season, supposedly. So it kind of makes sense that the real Ronnie Raymond is dead, because that's something tragic. They were actually married this time around, and she also blames herself for not leaving when he wanted to.
Right.
So they're setting they're putting a lot of plates on the stick to spin, a lot of balls in the air here. So I can understand, because Ronnie was just a guest star, and I want all the best for Danielle Panabaker to have like a meaty, juicy role with lots of pathos. So
right.
Sorry. Okay, good stuff. Let's talk about good, happy stuff. Cisco and Joe.
Cisco had the most awesome jacket.
The Flash jacket? Oh, no,
Yeah.
that was a shirt.
Was it a shirt or a jacket? It was hard for me to tell.
Shirt, yeah.
Gotcha.
With the little
It was
lightning
so
bolts
cute.
all over it.
Yes, it was so cute.
He gets the best.
I know.
And how awesome was it at the Flash Day rally to see like all the familiar Flash t-shirts?
Yeah, I kept waiting for the Flash Museum to open though.
That's next season, Kelly.
I know.
Can't jump the gun so quick.
Well, you did save the world, kinda, you know.
Well, he did put it in danger, kind of, you know.
That's true, kinda. Yeah.
It's only fair. I like introspective Barry. I just don't like broody Barry. And like, I kind of like that he was cleaning up Central City. Like, he's using it as a literal like life and flesh and blood, cement and mortar kind of metaphor to work through his issues.
I'd give him a discount at Menards any day. No, I'm teasing. I can't do that, but you know what I mean.
Not yet.
You'd wanna.
I like that Joe brings it up too. So.
And that, of course, he's rebuilding Jitters. You know, we could have had a quick Kickstarter campaign to rebuild Jitters so we could get our coffee mugs.
I was like, how dare you, Singularity? How dare you?
That's right. Everybody needs their caffeine, especially in Central City.
Especially. Gotta stay away from all those metahumans robbing banks and burning places down.
Yeah. I didn't see any metahumans this summer in Central City. Only Justin Bieber.
I'll count that.
That's pretty close, yeah.
I am in love with Cisco and Joe, and it's, I don't know, it's really cool that Cisco is working with the police department like that.
And he got his badge.
I know, it's so cute.
It was adorable.
You know who he reminds me of? I know we probably said this already, though. He's totally Julio 2.0.
Yeah.
If Julio knew, this is who he would have turned into.
Yes.
From the original Flash series.
Because Julio was awesome.
He was. I just keep waiting for him to pop up with Tina. Because we did get to go to Mercury Labs.
That would be awesome.
I wonder what he's doing.
I don't know.
We're going to have to look that up and report back next week. Iris, I like that she forced herself onto the team. And that she's the one that started the superhero intervention. But they're going to have to really step it up for the character of Iris. Because Candace Patton is just so freaking awesome. She was awesome all summer long. And just all her interviews were just so fascinating and so enlightening. And it just kind of makes me sad that some sides of the fandom aren't as nice to her for whatever reason. But she handles it like a champ, and I love that about her. So I just want the material to reflect. I want this TV Iris to be every bit as awesome as the comic book Iris. Because comic book Iris is pretty awesome.
Yes. Agreed.
How did you feel about the villain?
I felt the villain was a little weak, but I felt that wasn't the main struggle.
Exactly. I used to like wrestling or whatever, and I understand that like wrestling and superheroes has like a kind of a long standing history with one another, live action TV, but I don't know,
Yeah, you know, he kind of reminded me of, in X-Men. What's that guy that runs through the walls? Can't think of his name, but that's kind of who he reminded me of.
Now, see, this is the weird thing, though, about Atom Smasher, is that he actually kind of started off as a good guy, like a hero. And he's like the grandson of the original Atom, if I remember right. And he started off as like this character called Nucleon. So it was just kind of like a weird choice for me. Is all.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's playing as a wrestler. What is the wrestler's name? It's like Edge or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Edge.
But I mean, it just seems too soon to have the, relative of the Atom.
Kelly said too soon.
Just too soon.
Well, it's comic books and...
Well, we just had the picture of, Star City.
In loving memory.
Yes, exactly. Just too soon.
It's okay, Kelly. I think around about middle of January, early February, we'll get this all straightened out.
I'm sure we will. The TARDIS will appear.
Literally, dude. So messed up. But anyway, enough of those secret in jokes for people.
It literally when I'm playing Lego Legends or Lego Dimensions.
I did just pick that game up because Charlie from Channel 52 in the Flash Diary said it was pretty awesome. I haven't played it yet, though. Have you?
I have not gotten to play it yet. I have not gotten to buy it yet. I'm dying to buy it.
We should get on Skype and when we're both gaming, we should record it.
Oh my heavens, yes! Because I love it when the Doctor tells Batman to shut up.
Yes.
I just can't wait for Batman to interact with Shaggy.
If you want some of that, you should be reading the Scooby-Doo team-up comic books.
Uh-oh.
They are so, like, I know it sounds weird, but they are so good. Like, last issue, it was Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy meet the Scooby Gang. It was so good. It was my pick of the week.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you see the new DC dolls?
Yeah, of course. I love them.
They're beautiful. Yes. I'm very excited about them. Batgirl rocks. And oh, by the way, anyone looking for a really awesome costume that likes Batgirl, they have a really cute Batgirl dress at Hot Topic.
You and Hot Topic.
Well, I just happened to be in there because my daughter drugged me in there.
Sure.
No, she did, actually. Because she wanted to win the new My Little Pony. It's some exclusive that they have at Hot Topic. And you had to go in there to apply to win. So we did.
Convenient plot point is convenient.
But I am very excited because I can wear their clothes now.
Thank you, Menards.
Yes, thank you, Menards Weight Loss Program.
Oh, anyway, we're such a mess today. Let's.
Yes, we are a hot mess.
Just the way they like it. So yeah. Oh, I want to bring up that Rothstein was on the list that Wells reads about the people that died during the particle accelerator explosion. So it's really weird that, he's saying that Zoom sent him to kill him because I'm presuming all these bad guys actually came with Zoom through, like, the singularity or something.
That would be interesting. But then again, didn't we have other people that were on the list that have come back to life?
Yeah, Ronnie specifically, but I'm just saying it's weird.
Yes. Yeah, it is kind of weird.
So I'm interested to see how this is all going to play out and if that list is actually going to come back.
Yes. We love lists.
We totally do. What else can I just want, okay, let's just get the painful part of the episode out of the way.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
There was a panned shot when Iris looks at the board in police headquarters at the pictures.
And it's
were there Easter eggs in who the other pictures were?
Oh, I didn't notice any, but I only went through it once. So I will double check, and if I find anything extra outside the other Easter eggs that I'll mention at the end of when we get to Easter eggs, I will put it on the Facebook. That's a good
because I was like, there's got to be something special about they've got to be writers or somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. While we're talking about the police station, literally a wild Patrick Sabonye with the manly man beard.
Yes.
That is a good look, sir. Please keep it up.
Yes, it was nice. Gruff is good.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Iris is still mourning Eddie, but, like, it's 6 months, and I hate when they kind of do these really huge time jump chunks, because it's like, yeah, you want them to have moved on, but at the same time, I at least wanted one episode of, like, everybody kind of getting to be reflective and mournful. Those are always, especially with the Flash, because it has so much heart.
Right.
It's just kind of a shame that we kind of had to fast forward past it is all.
Yeah, well, what was the whole thing with 6 months this week with both shows?
Yeah, I mean, it was the summer, basically. That's how long we've been gone for like 5 months, 5.5 months or something like that. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to, usually they run in the same time that, at least that's how we start off. So, it's understandable. I really feel like The Flash, because it did so well in its first season, has all these expectations heaped upon its shoulders. And I definitely think that they are going to live up to it. But, like, just not in the way people think. I don't think the season is going to go the way people think it's going to go.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I want to be surprised. I love these writers. I trust these writers. To me, they really do have a really good grip on these characters. I love the little bits and pieces from the comic books all the continuities that they've taken and kind of made this amalgam of the characters. So, like, I just give them carte blanche and I try not to, like, hey, that's not how the comic books did it.
That's why I think I do so well with it, because I don't necessarily know.
Yeah. And I wish I had that sometimes, especially with Arrow. Oh,
Yeah. I purposely don't read the regular Arrow comics.
oh, but you should. They're so good.
I will, but you know what I'm saying? I don't read them while the show's going on because I'd probably scream and pull my hair out.
Yes, you would. I start with curly hair every single episode, and I end up with a nice, clean, flat ironed head of hair. Anyway, I don't know. Central City has a completely different vibe, and I mean, I know that it should because it had like this tragedy, but do they actually really understand the magnitude of the scope and scale of what happened to them?
No, because I can tell you what Oklahoma City was like after tragedy, and it wasn't anything nearly, I mean, that cataclysmic. I mean, it was cataclysmic, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've been through a city with aftermath, and that's nowhere near a city with aftermath issues.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it was open that long, right? I mean, we get the flashback, but I feel like more should have happened.
Yeah, I would think that the people would be more, I mean, they're thankful, but I would think they would be a little bit more traumatized.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, I like the idea of Flash Day. I like that Barry was really reluctant to do it. But, like, here's the thing, I guess, like, it's hard when you feel like you're responsible for somebody's death. Ronnie was his own person. He made his own decisions. He was a hero just like Barry, and he paid the ultimate price and sacrificed his life to save Caitlin, those he loves, and the whole city. And I feel like Barry should just get over it and respect that.
And fight to honor that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
I'm with you.
That's one thing that I really like in it. Like, if anybody else, it should be Barry that actually gets that, because that's the kind of, he's very introspective in that way as a character in the show and both in the comics. So that was the one thing that was kind of just nagging at me.
Yeah. Did you notice how angular his face seems now? It almost looks like Grant has lost a little bit of weight in his face.
He probably has. I mean, they run a pretty ragged schedule.
But I mean, it's funny because I notice it more, like in the scenes.
How old is he? Because usually around like 4 to 27, you have that quote unquote second puberty where your face finally sets and everything's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see here. I'll tell you. He's 25. He was born the year I graduated high school. That hurts.
Oh, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. Plus the workout regimen. I mean, yes, he's svelte, but, like, I'm assuming they have to have a bit of a regimen. Oh, okay, so finally, let's just get to this. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, my God, Barry goes to pick up his dad from prison, and, you know, he gets this momentary happiness. He takes him to the house. He sees all of Barry's friends and family, and he's trying to play it off. Oh, yeah. Forget about the cake.
Cue the music. Cue Victor Garber and his wonderful toast.
Right? Oh, and that was such a wonderful Easter egg that I didn't see anybody else talk about, by the way. There is a Flash graphic novel trade paperback, and it's called Move Forward, and that's what I totally thought of when he was giving that speech, and I like that. So, yeah. But Barry, like, tries to, like, pull him to the side and goes, "Hey, Dad, we're going to get your medical license. You can come work at Star Labs." And Henry's like, "LOL, no, son." And I'm like, what?
Oh, I get his reasons, though.
Yeah, he's a guest star, not a series regular.
Well, I think he's afraid that if he stays, Barry will circle the wagons around him and not be the person that he needs to be. He's going to be so concerned about regaining the past that he's lost with his dad. And this isn't the time for that.
A hero should get to be happy sometimes, though, Kevin.
Yes, I agree. Well, and his dad said, "I'll be here when you need me to be here."
I know why they did this with Henry, honestly, because I remember on Channel 52 with Charlie, we were talking about, like, wait, we speculated that, you know, Henry might be going free. And if that's the case, and we have this Teddy Sears guy playing Jay Garrick, and then we also have Joe, that's way too many cooks in the kitchen on the father figure front, you know? So it was like something has to go, and I figured it would have been just Jay Garrick being a very short arc and just really hyped up. But apparently it was Henry. I don't know. I think they did it, too, to make it more of a point that Joe and Iris are Barry's family just as much, if not more than Henry, I guess. I mean, because that's just kind of the foundation of the show. I mean, Barry got what he wanted, his father's freedom, but, you know, it's always that double-edged sword about things that you want over things that you need.
Right. Well, and I think, too, we're going to see... I think we'll see his dad more than we would think.
Better be at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, dang it.
Well, obviously, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I think he'll help.
He's going to be pulling a Felicity?
Uh-huh.
I hope so.
I think so.
JWS is just way too big of an asset to kind of relegate to the background. But this season, with all the things that I've been hearing, it feels like it might have a tendency to be overstuffed. And so maybe they realize that in season 3, they kind of downsize and kind of come back down to earth, as it were. And I'm totally fine with waiting for JWS to become a bigger part of the show. Can't do it just for the fans. It has to, you have to write the plot, make the plot for the character, not the character for the plot. And I'm big proponent of that.
Who knows? Maybe he'll get a research grant and be studying something that Tina McGee needs.
And maybe they fall in love, and it's okay.
Or maybe he helps Cisco build toys.
Something. It'd just be a shame not to have him back in a bigger capacity when the cast is a little smaller.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, that broke my heart. I was like, free Henry Allen, yes, but come again for Big Fudge now? You're leaving?
Yeah.
That was the bummer of the episode for me. Like, I totally understand it story-wise, but it hurts as a fan of the show, as a fan of the original Flash, as a fan of JWS.
Yeah.
And just all the good storytelling that could come from Barry interacting with his father after being locked up for so long.
Well, there is Skype.
We could always use a in-show advertisement for money, right?
No, I'm just saying it would be fun if Barry Skyped his dad to ask advice.
So who was your favorite character this episode?
Too many good choices. You know who I felt very endeared to in this episode? Dr. Stein.
I knew you were going to say that. We're so in tune. I just knew you were going to say that.
His character and his insight was just very endearing.
But I got to go with the boy Carlos. I got to go with the Los. I got to go with Cisco. You got a glimpse of his power. And also, I love how he was like, I'm 92% sure that wasn't me.
I loved when Dr. Stein got to name the baddie.
And he gave him a hug. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
I want that. I'm going to make that voice clip as a sound effect for us. What does he say? Something about, is it, how can you doubt me? Or what was it he said? Or that's a given or something like that. After he says, you're a genius.
Yeah. He's like, no, that's already been well established.
Yes, that's it. I'm like, yep, that's going to have to be a sound effect for us.
Oh my God. My favorite line is like how Cisco's talking about, I've locked it up tight, the security's good. And then in walks Jay Garrick and he goes, for real? And I literally said, for real? At the same time. Like, oh.
That was very, very funny.
Didn't that feel like a throwback? Your world is in danger. Fade to black.
I was like thinking of when people kept walking into the Arrow Cave.
Nope.
That's all I could think of, and I was laughing about it.
Oh, man. Those two need to get it together. Also, one of my favorite moments is that we got a grad mention, and it was like literally like within the first 3 minutes. So let's talk about that grade, Kelly.
It's funny because lately, or previously, last season on
Flashpoint.
Yes. Okay, so normally last year it has been Flash we liked for action, and Arrow was kind of the broody one and the kind of the emotional one. To this time we got it kind of, flipped. We got the more introspective kind of head games going on in Flash in some ways, and we got Happy over in Arrow. What's going on there? It's just kind of weird. I enjoyed it a lot. A couple, like Barry being kind of out of character, was a little weird, but I guess I could see him going through some of those kinds of things because he's human, which is why we like Barry, right?
Yes.
So I think I'd give it a B+.
Me too, you don't say. I'm like kind of bummed to admit that I'm giving this a B+. I wanted this to be an A++++ like the pilot was.
Yes.
But, it was still, not to say that this isn't a good episode, but like, it was just like, I had hyped, and it's my own fault. Like, I had hyped myself up so much for this because they set the bar so high.
Yeah.
And there was so much at stake with the singularity and everything else. And, you know, we get that glimpse of the team, and that's fake. And I'm like, no, don't do the arrow thing, no.
And by the way, folks, we do not discuss the show before we start recording.
Yeah, we really don't. I mean, you might see my live tweets, but my live tweets are very actually like...
They're cryptic.
Vague tweet is vague.
So, yeah, we actually do not know each other's grades or really each other's thoughts until we get together on the podcast. So, don't think we planned this.
Sometimes we have inklings, but there's just the confirmation. But yeah, I expect that the season has nowhere to go but up from here. And I mean, a B+ is a really good grade.
Yes, it is.
Are there any Easter eggs that you...
Well, I wondered about those photos. And that law firm, too.
Oh, I know the answer. Do you know the answer?
Well, I know, isn't there a character that's Stone?
Eli Stone, Weatherby and Stone was the law firm. Yes, that Greg Berlanti, of course, wrote and was the executive producer of.
Yes.
And Victor Gerber starred on as one of the lawyer's fathers. Mm-hmm. Great show. You guys should definitely check it out. We got the Channel 52, of course.
Of course.
They were talking about the particle accelerator for some reason. So we know that we're getting a new Firestorm. I saw that as like the last bit of information right before I started live tweeting the Flash. He was originally the guy that was gonna be on Legends of Tomorrow, the unknown guy.
Ah.
So he's officially the second half of Firestorm, and I think he comes in episode 3.
Gotcha.
So that's really weird that we're moving this fast, but okay. But it has happened several times in the comic books. Also, we met a character by the name of Jason last season that was named for one of the other Firestorm counterparts. So I kind of saw it coming. We see Tony Bellows, who was a cop in the 90s version of the Flash. He is now the mayor. He's the one that gave the Flash the key to the city. Good to see that not all mayors in the DC CW TV verse
get killed.
Get killed. Okay, so let's just talk about Zoom. We know that the guy that was like the Candyman is doing the voice, but we don't necessarily know if that's actually the man under this yellow suit. This yellow suit. We got another man in another yellow suit. I'm curious to see
With
how
Curious Broad.
I'm curious to see how they actually work, because like Dr. Wells had elements of a lot of other men in yellow suits. I don't know. It's gonna get really weird, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to time travel.
Don't even get me started with, I think that was another thing that kind of brought it down. Like, time travel gives me a headache, and I get why they totally didn't like try to go there in depth about it and everything. But at the same time, eventually it's gonna need to be addressed.
Yes. Well, and I'm sure it will be Dr. Stein that will be addressing it.
Or Dr. Wells from Another Earth.
That could be
know sure that Mr. Tom Cavanaugh is coming back as a series regular.
Woot, woot.
But unfortunately, at this point in time, Rick Cosmic is out because he's on another TV show called Quantico on ABC Sunday nights at 10. Just saying.
Yes, I have it on my DVR.
Anyway, so shout out to Rick. We haven't forgotten about you. Once part of the Flash family, always part of the Flash family. So
that's right.
Okay, speaking of Flash family, Jay Garrick is our final Easter egg. Got his hat literally thrown into the ring in the last 5 minutes of the season finale, and he shows up at the end of this one, and he's played by Teddy Sears. And next week's episode is called A Flash of Two Worlds, which is based on one of the all-time classic issues of Flash, number 123. I'm happy that we have Jay Garrick. I'm just really sad that it wasn't like John Wesley Shipp playing Jay Garrick from a different Earth, and
that would have been cool.
I'm going to give Teddy Sears a chance. Costume looks awesome.
Yes.
I love the hat. I'm going to have to go on set and steal it. Speaking of costumes, we finally got to look at the new costume with the white emblem.
Not fearing the future. That was kind of a cool way to do that.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, those are the Easter eggs that I came up with. If you guys spot any, please feel free to send them to flashpoint.smg@gmail.com or tweet them to us at flashpoint_smg. We're also on Facebook. You guys can find us at facebook.com/the Flashpoint Podcast. We look forward to hearing from you guys. So we got them shameless plugs and self-promotions, Kelly.
You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, anywhere else that matters. Oh, Instagram too. Yeah, at SuperSquint. That's SuperSquint. And you can also listen to, of course, the lovely Quinn Consolidated podcast with Miss Lilith, and Before the Bat with Phil and Tyler.
Awesome. You guys can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. You can find me on Tumblr. It's lilithhellfire.tumblr.com. And please be sure to check out my blog, littlepopculturevulture.blogspot.com. And that is all that we have for you guys. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion of episode 201, The Man Who Saved Central City. Although I like to think that it was the team that saved Central City. This has been Lil
And Kelly.
The Flashpoint, signing off.